Hey Dream Team, so we're going to do a 10-minute workout today, predominantly for your upper body. Now there is a little bit of equipment involved, but not a whole heap. So what we're going to be using today is a resistance band. So either one of these tube bands, or if you've got a big long looped band, or even one of those physio bands, any of those will suffice. And then you're going to need one of your lighter sets of dumbbells. So I've got a 2 kilo set that I'm going to use today. And then if you've got them, a heavier set as well. Today I'm going to use 5 kilos. So what we're going to do is a little bit of a warm up to get started. And then like I said, this one's just a nice short and sweet upper body workout. Kind of just a great one if you want to break up the day a little bit and get a little bit of strength happening in your upper body. So what we're going to do to get started is come down onto the floor into all fours. So we're going to stack the shoulders on top of the wrists and the hips on top of the knees as always, and just making sure that you're also drawing your belly button up into your spine and keeping those abs engaged. From here, you're going to bring one arm forward, pointing your thumb up towards the ceiling. Now this one's a little bit tricky, so take some time to follow along. Thumb goes to the ceiling. We're going to lift up as high as you can to the front. When you can't go any further, you're going to start to bring the arm out to the side and rotate the shoulder all the way through the socket, and keep going, keep going, keep going, so you actually close the shoulder off and bring your pinky to the floor with your palm facing away from your body. This is a little bit tricky. You might need to pause the video and watch this a couple of times, but we're just going to do really, really nice, slow, controlled articular rotations. Let's do 2 more. The other thing to be aware of is that you're really pressing the floor away with that supporting arm as well. So nice and strong through the opposite shoulder. Try not to let the shoulder blades sink in the middle. Okay, 1 more, keeping those tummy muscles on. We should start to feel some heat generating through those shoulders and through your body. And then reversing really nice and slow, really taking that shoulder through a full rotation. Okay, good, let's switch to the other side. I'm going to stay facing this way so you can see what my supporting arm is doing as well. So thumb to the ceiling, up as high as you can. When you can't go any further, you're going to start to rotate away. Good, pinky on the floor, palm away from the body. So it's kind of like a full rotation. A lot of people kind of get stuck and they just go halfway. But you've actually got to take it all the way through. Keep going, you're going to do 2 more. I'm just going to change my angle for you guys. So thumb to ceiling, rotating all the way through. Takes a little bit of focus and concentration, this one. It looks so simple, but when you're actually doing it, there's quite a bit going on. 1 more, taking our time. Really firing up those shoulder joints before we get into some work. Okay, back the other way, nice and high. Okay, good. Now just sitting back onto your heels, and let's do a bit of a wrist stretch. So fingertips back towards your knees, and you're pressing the heel of your hand into the floor and drawing your shoulders back and down. If that's too hard, bring them back a little bit more. If it's too easy, walk them forwards a little bit more. And just take a gentle rock from side to side, and then very slowly release, give them a shake. And then we're just going to go back the opposite way, so the back of your hand will be on the floor now. This one can be a little bit harder, so don't force, but we're just trying to slowly work our elbows towards straight, but you might be here, and that's fine as well. Whatever level you're at, gentle rock, and shake it out. Okay. Alright, so we're going to start with our resistance band series. You can either do this staying on your knees, or you can stand up, whatever feels right for you today. But we're going to do basically 5 different shoulder fundamentals movements. I think I'm going to use the tube band today to demonstrate this. But like I said, if you have a looped band or one of those physio bands, they're both fine as well. So we're going to start with our shoulder retractions. So you're going to keep the elbows straight the whole time. Do not let the arms bend no matter what. And all you're going to do is pull away. So we're going to do 10 reps like that. So when you're pulling away, you're going to pull into your necklace line and trying to keep that band at shoulder height. Cool. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Then we're going to take the band up above the head, and we're going to do some shoulder depressions. So that means you're going to bring the band down behind your head, but just out to the side like that. So we're going to do 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My clips are dangling everywhere. 6, I'm going to hit myself there. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, cool. I need to sort my equipment out. Okay, then you're going to bring the band just onto your upper back like this, and you're going to pull your arms forward into a shoulder protraction now. So we're going to do 10 here. 1, 2, 3. Good. 4. Feeling some heat in those shoulders now. 6, 7. Doing awesome. Stay with me. 8. 2 more. 9, 10. Okay, now the next one's going to get a little bit tricky. We're going to switch our grip. So you're going to go underhand grip, and you're going to hold the band like this. And then when you come up, you're going to point the pinkies up towards the ceiling and come up to shoulder height behind the back like this. So let's do 10 reps there. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're getting an internal rotation of the shoulders now. 7, 8. Oh yeah, feeling that heat. 9, and last one. 10. Okay, great. And then the last one, you're going to loop the band just under your bottom, and you're going to grip with your palms facing upwards this time, and you're going to bring those arms just slightly forward into a V, and then we're going to circle 10 times one way, and then 10 times the other way. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you should be feeling a really nice burn through the whole shoulders. Okay, cool. You might want to just give them a bit of a swing. Twist the back a couple of times as well, just loosening everything up before we go into our strength exercises. Okay, hopefully you're all following along, and the good thing about these pre-recordings is that you can pause the video and go back, or you can double the amount of rounds as well. So for the next couple of minutes, we are going to just work on 2 different exercises with our dumbbells. So the first exercise we're going to do is targeting the 2 big muscles that run down your back, otherwise known as your lats. So we're going to do a bent over row. Now I've got 2 variations for you. The easier variation is to come into a split stance. So that's going to look like feet hip width apart, slide one back, keep the front knee bent, and keep the back leg straight. So you're in a nice supported split stance here. And then with the dumbbell, you're just going to row up towards the hip. If that's feeling fine, you might want to get 2 dumbbells, lean the body forwards, and do your rows like this with both arms working. Okay, so whatever level you feel that you are at, you're going to go for it. And then the second exercise is some rear delt flies, tackling the back of your shoulders. So again, we're coming into that hip hinge position, so driving the hips back, slight bend in the knees, and you should have a flat back. So I have a tendency to see a lot of anterior pelvic tilts or posterior pelvic tilts happening. So maybe do this one in front of a mirror, or feel free to film yourself just so you can make sure you can see what's happening. And then taking a slight bend in the elbows, we're going to lift those arms up and back. Okay? So from the front, it looks like this, nice and even, and just keeping the weight tipped forward. And that's going to bring a little bit of strength through the back of the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to work to a rep range today. So we're just going to do 8 reps of our bent over rows and 8 reps of our bent over rear delt flies. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to do 2 dumbbells at once for the rows. But if you are doing them single leg, obviously you're just going to do 8 on one side, and then take some time to switch over and do the other side. Okay, here we go. Grabbing your heavier set of dumbbells, dropping your hips back in a hinge, drawing your belly button up into your spine so we've got a nice supported core, and just keeping your weight centered in your feet with those dumbbells just to the front of your knees. I know there's a lot of instructions, but it's all super important. Okay, from here, keeping those eyes lifted up, looking straight ahead, we're gonna row up to the hips, keeping the elbows tucked, and slowly back down. And 2. Good, taking a little squeeze at the top. 3. Good. 4. 5. Keep those tummy muscles on. 6. 2 more. 7. And 8. And rest. While you're taking some rest, I'm just going to explain why we row to the hips and not to the side of the chest. So when you row up to the side of the chest, see what happens to my shoulder there, how it kind of drops forward, and I'm taking the load through the front here. Whereas when I'm rowing up to my hip, I'm opening the line of the chest and I'm engaging those 2 big back muscles, which is what we want. Okay, second exercise, let's do our rear delt flies with a much lighter dumbbell set. So I'm using 2 kilos, but we're coming back into that same position. So bent over, weight centered through your feet, and let's get those 8 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and rest. Okay, good. How we going for time? Okay, we're a little bit over time, but that's all right. We're gonna do 1 more set, and then you can always feel free to do an extra set at the end of this as well if you would like to. But let's start with those heavier dumbbells, bending our weight forwards and rowing to the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and finishing off with 1 more set of our rear delt flies, just taking a breath. And in between sets, it can be really helpful to just bring your breathing back through your nose as well. Okay, let's finish off this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, we're looking good. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And rest. And what you should be feeling by this point is that the whole upper body is firing and working. You should feel the back muscles are now a little bit more switched on. Your chest should be feeling a little bit more open. And hopefully that's been a really good kickstart to either the rest of your workout or just to break up your day a little bit. Awesome, thanks for joining me, guys. Have a fantastic day wherever you are, and leave me some notes in the comments and let me know how you found this video.